Hi everyone, welcome to creating a thousand crore company obsession. So thank you all for joining. So that was a very good discussion, Vikta. So let's switch to our thousand crore call. As you all know that we were discussing about Thop Life Model since past two calls. So today we are going to extend that topic further and going to discuss on a particular topic on what is an ideal time to set up a company. Like many of us will be having these thoughts, right? Like we should set up a company and we should be providing jobs and we should be providing value to the people, and we should create our own empire. So what would be an ideal time? Is it our 20s, 30s, or 40s? So let's discuss and debate on that. With that said, thank you, Nikhil, for actually bringing up this topic in the last call. So when we were about to end the last call, Nikhil said, "Are you telling me not to create a company in my 20s, and should I wait until 40s to create a company?" That was his question. So Nikhil, do you have any thoughts to share before we go into the discussion? Like explain your question a little more or share your views if you are able to speak, or we will continue the discussion. Yeah, Nikhil, go ahead.
Thank you, Vinay. Good evening, team. So, for me, when I saw the Thop model, there were several things, right? So, in one of these, as Vinay mentioned, one of the uh, thoughts or question which struck in my mind was like, uh, can we start companies at 20? One of the main reasons uh, why I felt uh, starting companies at 20s would be good is like we tend to have that energy to really bring people together. So and also I think with time, as we hear, I feel like with time we we tend to get like we won't be able to, I mean, at 60s or sometime it would be hard for us to walk, or it would be hard for us to think on some lines. That is what I heard. As I did not experience my life, I don't know what happens at 60s. So I I felt like so if suppose say uh, why can't we uh, start companies at that age with and start learning in that journey. So that is what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Did I
Nikhil,
put my thoughts?
thank you so much. So initially, I was also I have these entrepreneur thoughts, right? So I was also assuming that I can start my company when I can, when I feel like, and when I get the time, when I feel like I got the time, something like that. And I wish to start it as immediately as possible, according to my current thoughts. But Shravan sir told it in a different viewpoint, which made me think. So, Sar brought in this discussion that if you are going to start, like one of the fundamental goals that we have kept for all of us or most of us is becoming financially independent by the age of 31, right? So we should be working towards that. So if that is our primary goal, then I think we should be able to have a plan where we say, okay, I'm going to start a company right now, and I'm going to work on it for the next 5 years, and I'm not going to expect any money from it, but still I'm going to survive. I'm going to survive on my own with other revenue incomes or whatever it is. Okay, first of all, that should be one of the things that we should have in mind. And then if I'm going to take up this entrepreneurial journey now and spend my 5 years of time in setting up that company and growing it and bringing it to a stage where it creates its own revenue, then is it going to make me financially independent in the next coming 5 years, so that I'll be financially independent by the age of 31? Like that should be one of the thought process that we should think over it. And we can also think in these lines where, okay, anyway, I'm going to set up a company. So firstly, I'd like to work on my financial independence, learn my skills, do take up all the opportunities that I come across in this journey, and then do all those things, become financially independent, and then take care of my kids, family, and all, and then really go on creating my own company so that I can dedicate my full self, because I am um, untouched with two of the responsibilities. Like one is money and the other is family, right? So then will I be having more headspace to think about creating the company in a more better way, or will I be having more experience to deal with the people, to deal with the industry in a better way, to achieve what I would have achieved in only 2 years, maybe? So all these thoughts I want to put forward today to make us think even more deeper about these things. So before we go on, Shravan sir, do you have points on what I just told regarding starting a company in 20s or 40s? So you have experienced your life, and you are in your 50s now. So sir, are you able to hear my question? Are you able to talk today? Okay. So let's see when Sar can get back to us and express his views. So meanwhile, let us continue our discussion. So are there any current thoughts running in your mind when I'm talking about all these, like starting a company in 20s and 40s? So we have some entrepreneurs here, Vivita, Chandan. Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
Yes, Anna. Uh, so, okay, this is a new thought for me because till now I thought, అరే 20s లో కంపెనీ 20s ending లో కంపెనీ పెట్టేస్తారా అన్నట్టు అనుకోనుండే. But while I was making Thop Life Model's presentation, that's when Sir told about this thought, and it really made me think why Sir was talking about this kind of a thing అన్నట్టు. Um, and yes, we can put up a company right now itself. We can run it, we can make it happen, Kani. I feel like when there is some experience that with which we are coming up, and when there is some uh, and when there is some more confidence, like right now, I'm not saying that we don't have confidence on that too, but when we have earned money by that time, and then we are going to put up a company, I really feel that with all the experience that we'll have in these years, especially, I feel building a family is almost like building a company అన్నట్టు. So building a family దగ్గర నీకు ఒక experience వచ్చినప్పుడు building a company will be slightly more easier, I feel. And especially when it is a disruptive family like that we are going to create for ourselves. So I really feel like it is a good thing, but still, like, ఇప్పుడు కంపెనీ పెట్టాలని అయితే ఉంటుంది. That is something, it is like there. So when Sir told about this thing, and when I really understood what Sir meant annappudu, that this is what I thought for myself. Maybe I'll put up a company. Uh, I'll put up a company after BTech or so, and then like take it to a level that I will sell it, have a good exit, earn money through it, become financially independent, and then again put up a company after 45 years. I felt that was a very good plan. So yeah, this is what I thought.
You are mentioning that can you give the timeline once again? Say we say you will be starting the company at age 22,
24.
20, 22, you will graduate. Okay.
21, I'll graduate.
Hmm.
I'm thinking 24 or 25, I'll put up a company.
So meanwhile, what you will be doing?
I'll gain some experience. I'm thinking.
Okay. You'll companies and how are they working and all. So
Yes.
four, really. Then within
Then,
3 years, you are planning an exit. Let us say.
huh.
So that exit is going to make you financial independence in your thoughts.
And then not only that exit, but it will be maybe major part of it.
Okay. That's a good thought. I didn't think. Thank you. So you don't have this purpose of running a company for 5 years, 6 years or so.
Anna, your voice is breaking.
So you don't have this thought of running your company for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years or so. Think in that way.
No.
Typically 3 years.
Yes.
Okay.
And ideally, I think 3 years. But yeah, ideally, I'm thinking it should be 3 years, maybe not more than that.
Let's take ideal scenario. Yeah. Thank you for those thoughts. Bhargava?
Hi everyone.
Yeah, hello.
So my thought is like, yeah, you can start a company at the age of 20, but I felt like you should gain experience, some kind of experience before that, and you should make some money to invest or to start a company. So that's what I felt. And at the age of 20 to start a company, I felt like it is always a better to be a partner in a service-based company or which you are interested to start. So that you will gain some experience, you can make some money. At the same time, you will come to know the policies and terms that you should follow and the struggles in that. So you will come across each and every line of your career, and you will get an experience. You can make money. So after making money, that is sufficient to start your own company or some other kind of industries. Then you can start. That is a thought I'm having. Because on a word, it is always happy to hear that we start a company at 20, but in real time, we should have some experience and knowledge. What are the things we should follow to start a companies and policies? What are the investments we should make? And we should bring some partners into it as it is very beginning. So I felt like instead of starting a company from the scratch with our money, I felt like it's better to be a partner first. So that, like, for example, in service based companies, most of the companies, what they do, like, uh, they will push the candidates to the client companies so that they will earn thrice the amount on each candidate. That is one way of making more money. So for
Didn't
example,
get it.
yeah,
Can you repeat again? I didn't get you.
yeah, I'm telling you an example. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు రిక్రూట్ అయ్యారనుకోండి, మీకు ఒక 10 lakhs ప్యాకేజ్ అనుకోండి. వాట్ సర్వీస్ బేస్డ్ కంపెనీస్ డూ అంటే మీకు 10 lakhs ప్యాకేజ్ అనే ఆఫర్ లెటర్ వస్తుంది. బట్ దే ప్రొవైడ్ యూ టు సమ్ అదర్ క్లయింట్ కంపెనీస్ టు వర్క్ ఆన్ బిహాఫ్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ టు దట్ కంపెనీ, సో దట్ వాళ్ళకి థ్రైస్ ద అమౌంట్ వస్తుంది. అంటే వాళ్ళకి 30 lakhs ప్యాకేజ్ లాగా వస్తుంది, మీకు 10 ఇస్తారు. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఆ థ్రైస్ అమౌంట్ అనేది వాళ్ళకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది, సర్వీస్ బేస్డ్ కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. So most of the companies are following this way of approach now to make more money. So what I saw in the reality is they are making more money in through each and every candidate, so that after few years or 5 years or 10 years, they will start their own business or companies like that. This is one way to earn more money. So like few people will be like a partner in a service based companies in the initial stage to gain that money or knowledge or experience, etc., etc. So like whatever the example I gave you is like from software point of view, which I'm seeing in the real world now. Yeah, so I got that thought like it's always better to be a partner in the very initial stage. That's what my thought. So that you can make more money, as you said, and retire in little bit early stage.
Thank you, Akka. Thank you for bringing those points. I didn't know all this. This is happening. So this is a new thought to process.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. One more question. Like today,
Yeah.
I'm being so neutral. Like not to you, Akka, to
Okay.
everyone. So today, I'm being so neutral and just asking you all different questions to make you all think, and we all can think. So when it comes to experience, is it necessary? Like experience? Suppose say if there is a chemical engineer or any expert in any field, having 10 years of experience, um, can he set up a company and become successful? And can a 1 year experience having pressure might not be able to make a company and get succeeded in it? Like, is it still relevant, the word of experience? Okay, in this age or in this era. So keep thinking about that point. And now let's listen to Deepti Marpalli, who is
Yes.
also pursuing her entrepreneurial path soon.
Okay, thank you, Vinana. So I wanted to tell the same point, like how experience is going to work. Like, say I set up a company in the next 1 year or so, like say 22, and someone who is so well educated, like who got many degrees and many doctorate and all, he or she sets up a company at the age of 30. So what? See, so if I fail in initially, it will be because lack of my knowledge, and I might recover it. But a person who studied a lot, who researched a lot, and who did more theoretical part, like it is a theoretical one for me. So who did more theoretical work, won't he or she feel that will they be able to recover from that failure? Like, this is my question for those who said who were talking about 40s. Like, will they be able to recover at that age? And isn't learning, like hands-on learning, better than researching and all, and then with setting up a company? I don't know, these are my rough thoughts right now. So yeah.
Thank you, Marpalli. So what are in your views regarding starting the company in 20s or 40s? Which is the correct thing you are thinking according to you? 20s or 40s?
Early 20s.
Okay.
20s.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So we have a few hands raised. Vivikta?
Yes, thank you, Nana. So for the question which you asked about the experience, um, for me, what I think is, because I don't have any kind of knowledge in certain areas, I really feel experience has slightly an upper hand before I start a company. Uh, like I told about those 2 to 3 years where I want to work and maybe like get some experience. It is about that. Suppose the financial part, I have zero knowledge about how to manage finances in a company or like normally. So maybe I want to learn that in that period of time, or understand how a company really works. And kind of like, to build a new system, you at least have to know what the system is. That's what I feel. So that is the reason I feel experience is important sometimes, but not always. Again, I also agree with what Deepti Maripalli said. So
Can I answer that?
Shravan sir?
I thought Deepti wants to answer.
Yeah, I
Deepa?
told her to answer. Deepti, please add your point.
Okay. Like, Vivikta, what is the probability of that experience being, you knowing the system and, doing all the things, what's the probability of that to the probability of how you will, you'll be learning? Like you were telling, right? To to know something, you need, to set up a company, you need to know the system and all. So what's the probability of knowing the whole system and doing according to the system, and what's the probability of actually succeeding with that knowledge of the system? I mean, just think about it.
Good question, Maripalli. Shravan sir?
I'm going to start off with Deepti's question. Okay. So when you have an experience, it makes you a little comfortable. Okay. That's the first thing. Like, because I've been coming to India several times a year now. So each time I come, I'm getting faster in getting acclimatized to India. So when I came here 7 years ago, first time, many times I've come, but 7 years ago, it used to take me almost 3, 4, 5 days also to acclimatize to the situation in India, because it's so different than what I am used to in US. But the more I'm coming, the faster I'm getting acclimatized. I'm like, okay, now I can acclimatize within today. Today it was like we got acclimatized in hours. So we came here, we took care of so many things which our parents wanted. So experience gives you that confidence. Okay, there are certain problems, certain repetitive things that are necessary, like, you have to pay taxes. You'll say, okay, I'll take care of that. I know, I have done that. I know how to do that. You can say, I hate doing taxes, so I'm going to hire someone to do the taxes. So that is the power of experience. But experience also causes the other thing is, everything is okay. I'm doing fine. Why try a new idea? Oh my God, it could be risky. I could look stupid. And so you become, unknowingly, you fall into that trap of existing. And you keep defending your existence after that. So that is the problem that could be one of the problems with experience, okay? So you are only going to live for another 60 years. I mean, not much at all. So why not really ask yourself questions? What are the things that really, what are important? Main thing is safety, right? The safety of our physical, mental self, emotional self. That is the safety that first we crave for. Only when that safety is there, you can think of other things. So ask yourself proper questions and make yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally safe. It is not that hard to do it. Once you do that, then you say, okay, now I have got the basic, the foundation is done. Now let me see how I can, what do I want to do? And don't worry about being stupid. Probably you want to look stupid, once in a while. So that way you don't worry about what people are thinking. So that's what I do. Once in a while, I just do things which are so out of my character that I feel like I'm looking stupid. But it's okay. It's like breaking that stereotype of what stupidity is or what normal is. So I'm trying to break that. So once I break that, then I'm more confident. So it's this paradox of life, right? You want safety and at the same time you want adventure. So you want both. So that's so. The other thing is when when the consulting companies came up, which Bhargavi talked about. It was a big thing in the 1990s, especially around 1995. Everyone was like making so much money in the 1995s. The people who had these companies. So my uh, sister's husband had a company, made immense amount of money in few years. I did not have the guts to open it. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Is it worth it? Or, things like that. I'm good technically. Why going that? So if I had put down my thoughts clearly, and if I had spent a year or two listening to my brother-in-law, listening to other people, I would have been able to open my own company at that moment and in that particular segment and made money out of it. So that is something you should not do. When you get an idea, so that's why you should always be writing your ideas down and trying these ideas. And the more you try, the more chances, the more you will learn. Instead of thinking that this is, oh, I don't know how to do it, should I do it, all of that all can be thought about later. So what is the new idea today? That could be considered, wow, that the people who were like made a lot of money in 2023, 24. Why did I not get that idea? Or why did I not have the courage to take on that idea? Right? Every year, every time, there is a new idea that is happening right now. So do you have the courage to see that idea first and then take that idea on? And the other thing about partnership, that is what Bhargavi said is exactly right. We all tend to say, oh, let's go into partnership because it will be less risky. If we fail, we both fail. And we can look, then we won't look stupid. That's the whole thing, right? If you do it by yourself, there is no one else to blame except yourself. So we use partnership as a way to not blame ourselves. But most partnerships fail because people are not honest with each other. People expect the other person to do the work, and they want to save their money and spend the other person's money. This happens a lot. So partnerships usually fail. So if you are going to go into partnership, it has to be clearly defined on paper what each person is going to do. Otherwise, go by yourself. Do everything yourself. It's okay if you fail and you take the responsibility saying, I made the mistake. I did I created the problems to myself. Okay. So regarding 20s and 30s, I think it's always good to open a company, but in the 20s, I feel like you can do much more. So why not have a full-time job and have a company? You have 24 hours. What are you planning? What are you doing? So you can easily do, a job and you can have two companies. You can do job, you can do consulting and a company. You can do many things. You have to define fun. The fun is like, oh, I went to a movie. Who said that is fun? Who is, why can't you say, oh my God, I spent creating a PowerPoint presentation today and that was so much fun. Why can't you say that? Why do you have to say going to a movie is fun and not creating a PowerPoint presentation? So if you define it the other way, then you're having fun every single day. And you're making money, not giving money to junior NTR. Right? So that's it.
Thank you so much for the detailed explanation, Shram sir. So I think this discussion worth one more session. So let's keep discussing these things and regarding like that's a very good debate of experience as well. So whether it is relevant in this point of time and why are we not even able to see the new ideas and really go after? So all these things. So let us meet in the next session as well. So Nikhil, I saw your hand up. Was it a comment or a question?
It was a small comment.
Yeah.
I think we can discuss it in the next time.
Sure,
So
sure.
the discussion, more like I'll complete in 1-2 minutes. So the discussion really helped me bring in why that thought came in. So, and it was referring to my thought of the the thought of creating the Thop world or Thop life model is more like, are we really thinking, or are we just following the life model which is existing at this moment? So I think whatever we are trying to do, either is a Thop life model, it should go in that lines, I guess. So if we say, if we are thinking on like, uh, we should work at 20s, so instead can we question like, can can we work from 12 or 11? I'm getting the different thoughts, and maybe we can start working from 15, and then start company at 20s. So 15 is not a really, I think at that time we do get so many thoughts. After our 10th, I feel like we get into so much of really thinking mode, and at that moment, if our energy goes into some work thing, we can really accelerate the learn things really faster, rather than at this moment we are into that thing of working on something, right? I do feel instead of doing something which the world is doing what we want to or what we like to do would be better. Yeah.
Very well said, Ram.
Thank you.
I think we can open the next session with your comment, what you just told regarding, like, is it even relevant to the word of 20s that we are talking? Because there are opportunities where you can start working maybe from 15 years itself. So let's think about all this. Let's discuss about all this. I am so excited for the next session. So meet you all in the next session. Have a good weekend. Bye bye for now. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Vinayana.